Hi, in this lesson, I would like to introduce you to the idea of vowel sounds and shape of mouth and register, how they relate to playing in different registers. So I'm going to simplify this by telling you that, of course, your individual sound that the sound you're looking for is highly personal. So you have to decide for yourself whether you like the vowel sounds that are the sound that is being produced by each vowel sound in your register, and how much this helps you with ease in going through low, middle, and high register. But basically, when we use different vowel sounds, and the three vowel sounds I'm going to introduce you to is O, Ah, and E. O opens the mouth up like there's a big hot potato in your mouth. O, Ah, E, O, I, E, O, I, E, O, I, E. And each of those O, Ah, E, Ah opens the throat up more, is farther back. They also affect how the tongue is laying in the mouth. And without going into some complicated explanation, just realize that O, Ah, E, if you see how that tongue lies, it will change the shape of the tongue in the back of the mouth, which correlates with the speed of the air, which makes going higher possible, playing in the high register possible, the air speed, how fast it's going. It also directs the air downward, which is essential for getting into the high register. So the simple exercise is to play O, think O in the low register, Ah in the middle register, and E in the high register. And I do this by going in one practice method that I do to get in the habit of this is low B flat, the second, third, and fourth partial of the overtone series. So B flat, F, B flat. What I'm literally just saying is O, I, E, ah, O, I, E, ah, O. And as I go higher, I'm directing that airflow. So as you practice that, say O, I, E, ah, O. Then go to the next. E. And you'll notice that's projecting that air. It's using the E vowel sound. It's projecting the airflow down and it's speeding it up. So we're going to use O, I, E for vowel sounds to produce different shapes of the mouth and different locations of the back of the tongue for registers. The articulation, which is the consonant sound, that's either th, duh, tuh, dut, or tut, 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 top, also duh and guh. All of those are for the commencement of the tone, the beginning of the tone, and they correspond to, of course, legato, tenuto, and staccato. So those are some ideas of using vowel sounds for register, playing with these, going in the high register and opening it up in the low register. A very good exercise is pedal tones with the O. That really opens up the throat, and it really forces you to loosen the lips and concentrate on how much air pressure is needed to sound those notes. Enjoy practicing.